Anji's in a weird space in Strive. The perception is he's not very good. The Anji players are just kind of full sending it at every given opportunity, and I believe not really embracing his strengths or understanding them properly. Now, to talk about Anji's Guardpoint, I think is a very interesting and impactful tool in Strive, and I think everyone can at least understand that. While his moments of vulnerability while he's attempting the Guardpoint, this tool is essential in neutral, which allows him to gamble and deal with certain scenarios and matchups. With this being said, I truly believe Anji players nor their opponents fully recognize the risk versus reward this tool represents and are constantly putting themselves into losing circumstances. And oftentimes, overusing this ability will make you predictable if you don't give your opponent reason to not respect your other options. But how do you get them to respect Anji's strong neutral game? Because it is quite potent. By subverting neutral itself, which I believe is Anji's core strength in Guilty Gear Strive. I believe Anji inherently in Strive is a defensive all-rounder character, which may contradict how some people view him. While some may still view him as a guerrilla character that he was apparently in Plus Art, I didn't play the game, I'm not gonna lie. Spinning and embracing the god of wind, players with strong defense and reactions will simply allow Anji to hang himself, rendering himself useless if they are not properly conditioned. But instead, I believe embracing Anji's strong light pokes and potent counter pokes will provide the player with more mileage and a safer game plan overall. But what does this have to do with his guard point? As mentioned earlier, Anji subverts neutral, neither controls it or wins it. I think good examples of a character that controls neutral very well in this current game is actually Happy Chaos. You're pretty much forced to display Happy Chaos's pace, right? He's the one that's in control. And Ram, I believe, is a character who actually wins neutral pretty easily due to her very potent, strong mid-range buttons. Admittedly, Anji, where his mid-range pokes are not the farthest and oftentimes hard to get high damage from them, feels like he's a lot less threatening. But harassing your opponent with the quicker jabs and fishing for counter hits will force them to change their game plan to deal with your mid-range pressure by rotating your options to spin. See what I did there? You're able to take their power from them and make it your own. Selling their strong options to beat your perceived meager buttons have worked against them, allowing you to get into your win condition, which I believe is Shitsu, or deal large amount of damage. With proper usage of Guardpoint, this creates a fear of the tool, which adds on to the mental stack. Suddenly, I believe this opens the floodgates, allowing Anji to gamble with other options depending on the matchup. Being predictable in any competitive game is bad, and it's important to vary your options and not over-rely on any particular tool. While spin is strong, oftentimes the fear of the guard point is more threatening, which may cause players to have a lack of action or commit to gambles such as the Kai special. With all this being said, understanding the risks versus rewards this tool provides you is still important, especially for Anji. There are matches where I believe spinning is inevitable, a tool that must be used but with caution. However, some matches may require you not to guard point as often, or depending on your opponent's playstyle, not to guard point at all. Make sure to vary your options and gamble responsibly. Peace.